My major focus of the distributed idea suppression complex, or DISC, has to do with what happens inside of our universities. Now, I'm in a somewhat unusual position in that both myself and my wife have PhDs, as well as my brother and his wife. And we've all appeared in interviews within the last 5 years. So maybe you've seen all of us on camera or have some idea of how Brett Weinstein, Heather Hying, Pia Milani, and I sound. What some of you don't know is that I believe that inside of that group of four, one of us wrote a book immediately after getting a PhD, which is Heather Hying's book Antipode, about her solo travels to the jungles of Madagascar. So if you have a young woman in your life who's looking for a pretty impressive female role model, I would say Heather's toughness, intelligence, and grit makes for pretty terrific reading, and I'd recommend buying the book Antipode for that young lady. In the case of the remaining three, none of us wrote a book immediately afterwards. However, I think that the quality of the discoveries that were being explored was incredibly high. And in each case, what I thought happened to those was most unexpected. Now, what are these ideas that I'm claiming were suppressed? So I would say that in one case, we were talking about the reasons why we die. One of these theses contained what I think is one of the best models for the reasons that we have these finite lifespans. And of course, we're all subject to what might be called environmental insult. If a piano falls on your head while you're walking down the street, that's usually going to be your exit. But why we age, why we get cancer, and why we die, I think has not been very well understood at the molecular level. I think perhaps one of the first mature attempts to do this took place in my brother's thesis at the University of Michigan. This is one of the major ideas that I wish to be exploring in 2020.